Hello, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This one's going to be a little bit different today because today as you can see, I decided to take myself on a little beach walk. I live in a beautiful location on the Gold Coast, and lately I've found my calling to the beach, and you guys would have probably seen in my last episodes how much I feel calm and grounded, and I feel my most self when I am grounded and calm. And this is the thing, it's something I've been thinking about lately, and I feel like high achieving women are always chasing the next thing. Like, we hit a goal, and instead of sitting in that goal and celebrating ourselves, we're already on to the next. And we actually never let ourselves feel how far we've come. So in this moment, walking along Burleigh Beach at sunrise, it was one of those moments where everything felt really calm, really clear, and I found some mental clarity. And it made me realize how rarely I actually let myself feel this. And I know I'm not the only one here, especially us Aussies. A lot of us girls are driven, we care so much and want so much in our lives, but your brain is always like, okay, what's next? And it's quite literally exhausting, because even when you achieve something, it never feels like enough, no matter how big that achievement is. And I know this because I've lived like this for so long. I've always felt like I had to prove myself, like my worth came from what I achieved, from how much I was doing. And growing up with a bit of mental health in the family, I always felt I needed to hold things together. And I always felt like I needed to be the reliable one to prove something. And then amongst all that, I also felt like I shouldn't take up too much space, because I knew the importance of keeping everyone else calm, because my family were very stressed all the time, working full-time jobs. And I learnt that stepping on eggshells and keeping the peace was always the best way to keep the household in check. And I always felt like I was the one that needed to hold things together. I felt like I needed to have a title to be worthy. I always grew up with my dad telling me to go to university, and there was this expectation when we moved states that I was always going to go to university. And I always knew I wanted to help people. That I did not get wrong. So becoming a nurse felt like something I could attach myself to. I was like, okay, now I'm someone. When I became a nurse, now I'm actually doing something good, that I'm good enough. But over time, it stopped feeling aligned. It felt good for a while that I could call myself a registered nurse and I was helping people, and that I had achieved this big thing. But really, this career actually started feeling really draining, and it was like I was giving so much of myself away, even though it was so fulfilling in so many ways. At the same time, I always felt restricted and like I didn't have much freedom, and I always yearned for something more deeper, and I felt like I could give more than what I was able to give as a nurse. And one of my goals currently, if you don't know, I'm currently 4 weeks out from a bodybuilding show on the Gold Coast. I compete in Fitness Muscle Glamour, which is a federation national, which is pretty fucking cool. One of my goals during this prep was to go casual in nursing by April. My business doing really well and growing. I remember saying out loud in February, I want to do it in March, and I actually did it. I went casual in March, guys. But then a couple of weeks later, after announcing out loud before I went casual that I wanted to go casual in March, I actually started doubting myself. I was like, nah, I don't think I can. And I still did. So this is the big achievement, right? I got there. But then a couple of weeks went by, and I was already looking for the next thing. And then I started doubting myself. I was like, was this the right decision? Should I have waited? Am I being irresponsible? And I feel like this is part no one talks about. Because even though I was doubting myself, I had already done the thing I said I was going to do. Like, I actually followed through. And I didn't even let myself fully acknowledge that. And this is the truth. I don't have everything figured out. It might look like I do, but I don't. I don't have this perfect financial plan. I don't have this massive safety net. But what I do have is self-belief. And the amount of peace and happiness I've felt since stepping away from something that was draining me and creating space for what actually feels aligned, I know deep down it was the best decision I could have made, even though it's scary. The amount of weight that has lifted off my shoulders since stepping away from a career that was draining me, even though letting go of that part of me was still sad, I know so deeply within my soul that this was the right thing to do. I think so many women are waiting to feel ready, waiting until everything looks perfect on paper. But if I'm being honest, I don't think that moment ever comes. And hey, if I had waited for the perfect moment, then I would still be permanently doing shift work as a nurse. Still draining myself, still burning myself out, becoming burnt out every 2 months, having to use sick leave because I was burning myself out, having time away from the gym, the things added to me, missing out on opportunities in my business because I would have continued to choose the safer option. For what? Extra guaranteed finances over your happiness, over my happiness. I had to take the plunge. And what actually changes your life is learning how to trust yourself. The amount of self-belief, backing myself, how good that has felt for me. The opportunities that have literally opened up, the doors that have opened when I actually just stepped through the fear. So what actually changes your life is learning how to trust yourself. It's not your circumstances, not your bank account, not other people's opinion. It's you. You have the ability to change your life if you so dare choose to trust yourself. And I think that's what I'm really learning right now. How to slow down, how to appreciate what I've currently created, and how to trust that I'll figure the rest out along the way. I truly believe everything is divinely orchestrated. And for people that are not spiritual or not woo like me, I truly do believe that everything happens for a reason. And you don't know until you try. Fuck around and find out is what I say. But in the best way possible, nothing feels better than actually backing yourself. And honestly, this is the kind of work I've been diving deeper into, especially lately. Not just fitness, but self-trust, identity, and how we actually lead ourselves. And this is the thing that I'm so big about, and something that my message is, that stands so strongly true, is that this journey is so much more than just lifting weights and looking sexy naked in the mirror. This journey is so much deeper than that. It's becoming her. It is being able to have unshakable self-belief. It is being able to walk into a room grounded, calm, authentically you, without shame, without having to hide away, without feeling like you are an imposter, or without feeling like you're not meant to be there, or that you don't belong. You just are. There's no trying to be confident, acting confident, being loud to try and compensate the fact that you are not confident. You just are you, and you shine as you, without having to prove, without having to show, the type of confidence that is felt, not fake. The self-trust and the belief that people can literally see by being in your essence and just being around you. You don't have to say the words, I believe in me. People just know that you do, because you're it, because you are you. And people, and the right people, gravitate towards you because of your energy. You are magnetic. That is the type of woman you become. And that is the type of woman that you become inside of the Momentum Method, the immersive mastermind I have launched inside of my coaching business. And if you wish to find out more, message me TMM on Instagram, and I'd love to have a chat with you. Because I know that this space calls a special type of woman that currently feels she's lost. She's not consistent. She's not able to follow through. She's tried and tried again, stopped, started, tried to be motivated, tried to have more willpower, and she's frustrated. You're frustrated. Nothing works. It's not the fact that you don't have discipline. It's not the fact that you don't have enough willpower. It's the fact that you don't feel safe in your body, in who you are. And I get to guide you through that inside TMM. I hope you guys enjoyed this YouTube chat video. It's something a bit different. I was called to share my thoughts along this walk this morning that I had. And I will catch you guys on the next episode.
You don't need more discipline. You need to become someone you can actually rely on. I know you don't just want a better body. You want to feel confident walking into any room. You want to feel strong, in control, and certain of yourself.